From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LALATE.
It's a big evening of evenings LALATE as millions of Americans await their $1,400 third stimulus check to land in their bank account. Some may not have gotten it by direct express or direct deposit today, but the president started with this video today. If the video looks familiar, it should. It mirrors a video earlier this week that had a similar message. But is the message still applicable? And what was the update from the president about your $14 stimulus check by direct deposit? The Federal Reserve spoke extensively this week about stimulus and how we need stimulus. Chuck Schumer addressed the country as well, talking about the urgent need for stimulus to land across your bank account. The White House's press secretary and communications director talked about the importance of stimulus. And also, the vice president spoke as well about the need for stimulus, especially for women, and why $14 third stimulus checks need to land right away, especially for women who have been derailed because of this economy. Meantime, Dr. Fauci and the CDC addressed issues about the growing virus strain. I'll have that video for you as well. And that shocking video again that's still heating up social media about the president vowing to raise taxes to support the next stimulus package. What's going on? All the details are hitting, and I'll have all the videos for you as Evenings LALATE starts right now. Good evening. It's a Friday night, and Americans are ready to crush the weekend. Some with their $1,400 third stimulus check, and some without. Is that you, or are you still missing that stimulus check? Don't fret, because it could still be coming on Monday. The great news is that millions of Americans who tune into this channel, who use the same banking institution, have yet to receive the stimulus check. So everyone is in the same ballpark and in the same situation. We go into the weekend knowing which banks have paid, which banks haven't paid, and I have all the details for you starting right now. How are you? Good evening. It's a big evening of Evenings LA. Friday night, ready for the weekend. Ready to crush the weekend? It would be nice to crush it if you had that $14 stimulus check, that third stimulus check in your bank account. But don't fret if you haven't received it. I'm going to have all the details for you starting right now. But first, if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. I don't want you to miss a single video. I'm recording all weekend long. There will be more deposits this weekend. Yes. So stay with me. Also, like this video. It really helps in the algorithm rankings. Let's see if we can get 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 5,000 likes. Also, if you want to become a member, consider becoming a member. The link is at the top of the chat and also in the pinned comment. Millions of Americans started to receive their $1,400 third stimulus check a week ago today. Those were consumers who used the bank's Chime and Cash app. Then earlier this Monday, viewers that use the H&R Block Emerald card started to see a deposit. But on St. Patrick's Day, that March 17th date, that was the big date in which a lot of deposits landed. What's important to understand is that deposits landed throughout the day. They landed again today. More will land tomorrow. They won't land on Sunday. I'll explain to you why. And they will continue on Monday and Tuesday. Let me go over all the details. First, these are the banks that have so far paid the $14 third stimulus check to viewers of this channel and who have now had the access to those funds they've cleared. They are Citizens Bank, PNG, Bancorp, Bank Chime, PayPal, NetSpend, Green Dot, People's United Bank, US Bank, PNC, Capital One Bank, Union Bank, MetaBank, Amex Bluebird, Navy Federal, USAA, Chase, Wells Fargo, and Bank America. Now, if you do bank at one of those banks and have yet to see the stimulus check land in your bank account, don't worry, it may still be coming. Bank deposits would likely not clear between tonight and this evening because we're past regular banking hours, but they would certainly post tomorrow. Why is this? All the funds from IRS for direct deposit were sent out, not today, but a week ago today. And banks are starting to clear the funds. Banks do clear funds between Friday night and Saturday morning. That is a actual business night to clear funds. They do not clear funds between Saturday night and Sunday. So today is the last big clearing day until we see Monday. So on Saturday, the great news is that you could see direct deposits appear in your bank account. So if you have online ability to go into your banking account to look tomorrow, look throughout the day, because they could post throughout the day, not just at 12:01, but also in the middle of the day and the afternoon of the day. Now, I have had a lot of viewers say that Direct Express card specifically does not show deposits on Saturday. We shall see if that's the case as well. But stay with me tomorrow, Saturday, because I will have separate recordings, especially for my Direct Express card recipients. Who are receiving direct deposits and who are not? Let me go over those details. First, before I get to that, let me go over some of the fake narratives and give you the correct answers. Are people who have children not getting stimulus checks? No, not true. Next, are people who are on Social Security not getting stimulus checks? Also not true. Are people on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and railroad benefits not getting stimulus checks? Also not true. I had some of you actually receive stimulus checks the very first day, a week ago today. Are people on SSI and SSDI getting stimulus checks later than other people? Also untrue. So here is where we stand. It's all dependent upon one factor: who you bank with. Some banks have processed the funds faster than other banks, and some have not. Who have not processed the funds quickly? Comerica Bank and Direct Express card when underwritten by Comerica Bank. As of Friday morning, I had a lot of viewers who had still not received a penny, anything, from Direct Express Comerica Bank. By Thursday evening, yesterday, no viewer, with the exception of one, had yet to post any funds to Comerica Bank Direct Express. A few did show something pending for Comerica Bank Direct Express. And there came the rumors as well. If you went to the Direct Express card website, it said that stimulus checks were not being available for many months or very many weeks. Untrue. I'm going to show you the video from the White House earlier this week and the one today that said stimulus checks would land within 10 days after it becomes law. Guess when that is? Early next week. Number two, there was a lot of strange gossip rumors online that the Direct Express card recipients would start to receive the stimulus checks on Tuesday this coming week. One viewer said that they showed it pending for next Wednesday. And then came the biggest gossip source of everything, the IRS.gov Track My Stimulus tool, which causes so much confusion every time around. I continually make the same recording. It's not reliable. It's not reliable. So if you go to it and it shows no information about stimulus check for you, you're getting a stimulus check. It's just not a reliable tool. Or if it shows March 17th and you haven't gotten it today as of March 19th, don't fret, it's not a reliable tool. Now, as to my Direct Express consumers, it's very good news that you're all in the same boat because you all see together as viewers of this channel in the live chats, like right now, when things are universally happening. So if you have not received your stimulus check and you're watching this video live, drop in the live chat right now which bank not received. If you have received, say which bank have received. And that's how other viewers who are watching the live chat can see, oh, that person banks at my bank. They got it, but I haven't. So maybe mine is coming next. Or you see someone else saying, that person banks at my bank. They haven't gotten it. Neither have I. Neither has my husband or my daughter. So clearly there's something going on with that bank. That is how we know as a family how things are happening. Who's getting direct deposits and who are not? Direct deposits are coming to people who got the first stimulus check by direct, second by direct. Also, for people who receive their benefits monthly from the federal government by direct. This includes people on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, and veterans who receive their monthly benefits into a bank account, like a checking account or a savings account, like a Bank of America or a Chase. Those people are getting them throughout the week, and more will be getting them next week. Also, if you use a Direct Express card to receive your monthly benefits from the federal government, you would receive it by direct deposit as well. Third, we now know only from this channel that people who filed their tax return early in February, the very first few days for their 2020 return and updated their bank account information, they did get their stimulus check already. It did work. So who is not going to get a stimulus check by direct deposit? One, you have a payee for your benefits. Two, you're a dependent on someone else's tax return. Three, you don't have that same bank account. You closed it and you filed a 2020 return later, like late February, early March. It's too late to fix it. Now, IRS issued a very clear warning earlier, just a few days ago, saying please do not use a 2020 return as a way to fix things. Ironically, this was after viewers had already started to do it on this channel. It did work. But you see why there's so much confusion growing. If you did not receive the first stimulus check or the second stimulus check, IRS had said previously, file a 2020 return and request it. Well, what happens if you don't receive the third stimulus check? Too early to say anything yet, but IRS gave great news this week that is extending the deadline to file your 2020 return by 1 month to May 15th, and that it's going to update a lot of details about, one, how to find that missing third stimulus check, if it is missing, we're not there yet, the child care tax credit, the $5,000 and $6,000, the $1,700 of financial aid, the $1,500, all those other things that IRS is saying, give it time because we're going to fix things and tell you how they're fixed. And during that time, we're going to give you an extra month to file your tax return. Coming up in a second, I'm going to have more about the $14 stimulus check, especially for Direct Express and SSI. Now, let me go over what's going on with these videos from the White House, which is really quite interesting. Earlier this week, the White House issued this video. Let's listen to what the president said in this video about the 10 days from when the bill became law about receipt of the stimulus check. This was the message early in the week for the president. Let's watch.
Tomorrow, we're going to hit a very important milestone that I promised. 100 million shots of vaccine in people's arms. So when you get your opportunity, get the vaccine. Get the shot. It's critically important.
Let me restate myself. That was the new video today from the White House. That was the new video today from the White House. If it looks similar to this video, if it looks similar to another video, it should. Earlier in the week, the president issued a similar message which said, within 10 days, you're receiving your stimulus check. And that was this video. The president's message was very clear that millions of Americans need their $14 stimulus check and it will be landing in 10 days. The vice president also spoke this week about the need for stimulus checks to land quickly because millions of Americans need them, including women. Let's hear her message about the urgency of receiving stimulus.
And then, of course, we look at the fact that during the course of the pandemic, over 2 million women left the workforce. And most of whom did not want to leave the workforce for a variety of reasons that are both about economic, but also their professional and goals around just them appreciating the dignity of work and their work ethic. It has highlighted in many ways, this pandemic, the failures and the fissures in our system on every level, including women in the workforce and the workforce in general, both around paid leave, sick leave, family leave, affordable child care. And so all of these are the issues that we have been working on together for years, but that you in particular, these leaders have been fighting for dare I say, on behalf of generations of workers in America. And so I thank you for joining me today. It is great to see you all, and I look forward to our discussion.
And with that, the concern grew about where is that $14 stimulus check if you have Direct Express? And why is Direct Express having such a concern? Let me recap, because this is very important. So you saw in this early list, which I detailed at the top of the video, anything from Citibank to Chase to Bank America, that some viewers got direct deposits when they bank at those banks, even viewers who are on SSI and SSDI. But when it came to Direct Express card, which is a card issued by the federal government that provides Social Security, veterans benefits monthly, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and railroad benefits. It's a card that's run by Comerica, but it's a federal benefits card. Why had that card specifically not delivered a penny by March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, or by March 18th. Now, there was one viewer who had it underwritten by Wells, said did receive it. There was another viewer who said it was underwritten for them by Commerce Bank, but still had not received it. Why is this happening? Really unclear. Ultimately, this is how this channel handles news. I use you as a source of the man on the street. You know faster than anyone else what's going on. If a deposit appears, you send me a DM or you jump into the live chat. You say, it just posted. And that's what we learned on March 17th. Things were posting in the middle of the day. It was great news on March 18th in the middle of the day. But it wasn't happening for Direct Express. So is Monday and Tuesday next week the big day from Direct Express? Is really when the deposit may be landing? I'll have more about those details in a second. And also that shocking video from the White House. Stay with me as Evenings LA continues right after this commercial break. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. It's a big evening on Evenings LALATE as millions of Americans await the arrival of their fourth stimulus check. And here again is that video from the White House early in the week in which he promised that the stimulus check would land within 10 days. That 10 days is approaching. It's next week. It's about Tuesday or Wednesday, 10 days from when it became law. Well, ironically, that's exactly when some gossip stories online are saying the Direct Express card would land for direct deposit. So are Direct Express deposits landing next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday? Let's watch again that video from the White House.
We're going to reach two goals in the next 10 days. 100 million shots in people's arms. 100 million shots. And 100 million checks of $1,400 or more in people's pockets within the next 10 days. We're on the way. Help is on the way. We're going to reach two goals in the next 10 days. 100 million shots in people's arms. 100 million shots. And 100 million checks of $1,400 or more.
100 million checks in 10 days. And that was the message, very loud and clear. The question is whether the president will be able to fulfill that promise. The president's promise is very, very clear. Everyone's getting their stimulus check within 10 days. Why has no one on SSI and SSDI, Social Security and Railroad benefits, who uses the White House's, federal government's Direct Express card, yet to receive a deposit as of Thursday evening this week? And when are they appearing? Now, this is ironic because the Direct Express card, while being anchored by a private banking institution, is a federally issued card. And here is the White House being very specific to you in this video message. You're getting the stimulus check, and it's going to be 100 million viewers, 100 million citizens, all getting the stimulus check within 10 days. The message is very reassuring that it's coming. But the question is, Why has Direct Express been behind on the 8 ball? If you're just joining me, this is Evenings LALATE. Please make sure you subscribe. Also like this video. I'm on top of the subject morning, noon, and night. I'm going live with you tomorrow morning on Mornings LALATE. Coming up next is Hazard Pay at 7 o'clock, and tomorrow morning, early mornings LA. So I don't want you to miss a single recording. Also, like this video if it helps in the algorithm rankings. It's because it helps in the algorithm rankings. What we know so far is the following banks have paid out to viewers this channel. That's Citizens Bank, PNG, Bancorp, PayPal, NetSpend. Also paying out to viewers this channel, even those on SSI, are Green Dot, People's United Bank, US Bank, PNC, Capital One Bank, Union Bank, USAA. Also paying out are MetaBank, Amex, Bluebird, Navy Federal, Chase, Wells Fargo, and Bank America. But having a big problem so far has been that Direct Express card from the federal government. Now, this was the message to viewers this week from the White House, that you should not fret, you should not worry, that a stimulus check is coming. So how soon is it coming if you haven't seen it? Well, it may appear this weekend, and it may appear on Monday. But why has it not yet appeared so far? Let's listen into Kate Bedingfield's communication director message about the subject matter.
This bill is going to help families all over the country. It provides $1,400 checks in direct relief to the families who need it most. It provides the extension of unemployment insurance. So 11 million people in this country who otherwise would have lost their unemployment insurance in March are now going to see that extended through the beginning of September, and they're going to also get an extra $300 a week. This bill also expands the child tax credit, which means that families will receive a $3,600 benefit for every kid under 6 and a $3,000 benefit for every kid between 6 and 17. And this bill is going to help small businesses. The money in this bill provides access to capital, especially for minority-owned small businesses, to ensure that they can get through this moment. In addition to those benefits, this is a bill that's going to fund a national vaccination program. So it's going to ensure that you can get a shot and that we get a little bit closer to the goal that President Biden laid out last week of getting this country one big step closer to normal by the 4th of July. So these are just some of the many ways that the American Rescue Plan is going to help you and families like yours all across the country.
And there you go. That was the message from the White House. Don't worry, $1,400 stimulus check is on its way. And the $1,400 third stimulus check will continue to land tomorrow. That's the really great news. Throughout tomorrow, you may see that $1,400 third stimulus check post to your bank account. This is what you need to know, that viewers who use electronic deposits may show the deposit post anytime throughout a banking day. Saturday is a banking day. Funds are cleared on Friday night and post on Saturday. But who may still get stimulus checks early next week? And what should you do now that's different than before? I have that message coming up right now. But stay to the end of this recording because I have a big surprise video for you that gives you a really unusual twist about what's happening with forced stimulus. What I need you to understand is that today is Friday, and you may not have received your deposit by direct deposit, whether you use Direct Express or not, whether you're on SSI or not. And what I want you to do is promise me this, that now, starting today, you start to look for the stimulus check in all different places where it could be. First, the mailbox. I want you to be very careful of the mail between now and next Friday, because the stimulus check may show up in the mail. Yes, the mail. Why the mail? This is something you're only going to hear from this channel. In second stimulus, there was a very small news article a news statement issued by IRS. IRS was asked, why did some people get the first stimulus check by direct deposit, but others got it by mail? And IRS said, it's just the way we do it. It just happens to happen that way. And then was asked, well, are certain people being able to know that they're the ones swapping from direct deposit to paper check? IRS said, no, it just happens. So this is what you need to know. If you got the first stimulus check by direct deposit, it may still appear, and you got the second one by direct deposit, the third may come in the mail. Watch the mail. Second, when you watch the mail, be very careful because the stimulus check, when it comes in paper form, is usually in a beige envelope and it's very, very thin. It's easy to miss it. It's easy to throw it away as junk mail. It could be slidden into something else in the mail, like those throwaways in the markets. You don't want to miss it. Next, it may also come by debit card from the U.S. government. That's in a wide envelope, and that's very thin. You may miss that. Watch the mail starting today all the way to next week. It may be in the mail. That's number one. Number two, start looking at all places in which you'll be. Rocco River was an example for the viewers of this channel. Uses the Direct Express card, but it showed up in a Wells Fargo bank account. Yes. So watch all your bank accounts that you have. Watch all your direct deposit items you have, and make sure it's not posting somewhere else you never thought it would be there. Also, if you have a household, husband and wife, or married couple, look and see if it's in the other spouse's account. It might be there, not the account you thought it was going to be in. Then also consider any ancillary things, like if you are a dependent, the person whose tax return you appear on is in their mailbox or their bank account. Look at all the versions. Ultimately, this is the big message to know, is that stimulus checks are landing places they're not supposed to land, and that you don't want to miss it if it lands. It's as simple as that. Now, what about federal relief? Well, the great news this week was that the Federal Reserve addressed the American people and said, when it comes to forced stimulus, we need a lot more stimulating going forward. This economy is far from rebounded. The week started with Chuck Schumer addressing the American people and the two senators from Georgia saying, we need stimulus and we need to go directly to the towns. This was their message early on the week.
Directly.
Yeah, and it's such an improvement where last year, smaller cities like Augusta and Savannah and Rome, they had to beg the governor for the help. Right. Now we are sending that help directly to those smaller cities and to counties and to towns in rural Georgia. And that's going to keep police and firefighters, EMS employed. It's going to keep vital public services going. And just to have the resources coming for our public schools is so huge. I also think
that message, very clear, is about hazard pay, public sector hazard pay. But while public sector hazard pay was paid under the third stimulus, that $10,000 of private sector hazard pay that millions of Americans needed was not. The Federal Reserve this week addressed the issue of frontline workers and the need for stimulus going forward. The great message this week from the Federal Reserve, it's not changing its monetary policy. It will continue to support this economy going forward into the new year, next year, using the three vehicles it's used so far. And those three vehicles have been the use of buying treasury bonds, the use of buying mortgage rates, and keeping inflation stable. Here are the comments by the Federal Reserve earlier this week confirming the continued monetary policy into forced stimulus.
Clear. Congress provided by far the fastest and largest response to any post-war economic downturn, offering fiscal support for households, businesses, healthcare providers, and state and local governments. Here at the Federal Reserve, we rapidly deployed our full range of tools to provide relief and stability, to ensure that the recovery will be as strong as possible, and to limit lasting damage to the economy.
The question is, when we look at the next stimulus package, where will the money come from? And that message was addressed loud and clear. The White House was asked this week in a shocking video, which went negative on social media, negative on YouTube, where will the money come from forced stimulus? Democrats want to have reoccurring stimulus checks at the end of this year. The White House wants to pay $3,000 a child for 18 years per year. The question was, is the White House raising taxes? And the answer was yes.
Okay.
There was a report just about an hour ago that the president intends to nominate Bill Nelson as NASA chief. Can you confirm that?
I have seen those reports. I don't have any personnel announcements to make today. Seems like a cool job, though, that I'm not currently on the path this week. Did you have a second question, too? Or no?
Those are the two. The scoop of question.
Okay, got it. Okay. Go ahead, Jeff.
All right, yay.
The man of...
While I queued that up for a NASA quote, the other part of the video was in which the White House was asked, what about the pushing for more taxes? And the White House confirmed it has been the president's call throughout his campaign and his term for transition into the presidency that he would raise taxes. The question is whether raising taxes in the middle of a pandemic is the right call. Ultimately, let's recap. $1,400 third stimulus checks will continue to land in bank accounts tomorrow. And those $1,400 third stimulus checks will continue to land Monday. I'll be tracking them throughout the weekend. We'll be going live at the live chats tomorrow, and I'll be giving you any updates I have from you. If you have updates, send them to me in the live chat to this video, in DMs and more, and I will deliver them on air. Ultimately, the president's message is very loud and clear. Everyone's getting their stimulus check within 10 days of becoming law, and that's the middle of the next week. We're just a few days away. So don't worry, don't fear. Stimulus checks are on their way to you. They are not lost. They're not missing. There's nothing for you to need to do just yet. Just stay with me, and as a family, they will land. Thank you for joining me on Evenings LA. I really appreciate your viewership throughout the week. Coming up next is Hazard Pay at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then we're back tomorrow morning at 3 a.m. on the West Coast, 6 o'clock on the East Coast with EIDL. Then at 6:30 a.m., FPUC Retro. And then at 4 a.m., early mornings, LALATE. Thank you for joining me. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. It really helps. Also, like this video. Let's see if we can do about 5,000 likes. And consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Thank you for joining me on a big night of Evenings LA, from the East Coast to the West Coast, from around the board. It's been a great day, and together we will get through this together to the finish line. Do not fret, do not worry. Ultimately, your stimulus check is coming. And stay with LA for more.